So welcome. We've done a few of these performances of ancient plays, and they've been a lot of fun. They've been alternatively really sad and tragic, and very silly and light, and that's what this one is going to be. We're just going to talk for a minute to set the stage, set the scene, and then we'll dive in. So, picture yourself back in 411 BC in Athens. Now, we're right in the middle of the Peloponnesian War, so Athens versus Sparta, and sort of all of their allies are fighting, and things are not going well for Athens. 2 years ago, they tried this massive campaign, ended disastrously rather, and it's real bad. So you've come to see some plays, get some theater in you, and specifically for comedy for the ancient Greeks was a lot like watching Saturday Night Live or the recent Sarah Cooper special. It was super topical. So you knew that you were going to hear, you might even see like people making fun of specific politicians or military leaders. And there would be a lot of current references to things. So in the play that you're going to see tonight, it's going to deal with the war and how you might imagine somebody could try to stop the war from happening in a silly scheme. And there's going to be a lot of references to things, references to names, other characters, and just go with it. It would take a very long time to talk about them all. So just understand that there's a lot of silly stuff happening. As far as content warnings, I will say that this is probably the most risque of all of the extant Greek comedies. It's almost entirely about sex. A lot of references and jokes about genitalia in various forms, shapes, and sizes. So you have been warned. And we should note that as we get into the play, a lot of the characters are women, and they're making jokes about dicks and vice versa. In ancient times, this play was performed with all male actors, so there were no women actors, and the male characters, for the most part, all wore gigantic prosthetic phalluses. So like 3 feet long phalluses. So
that's how you know which ones were the men and which ones were the women.
And you'll see you'll hear those references in the text. Trevixania, that's a good question. Who's who? There are a lot of different characters that will be playing just because of the way some plays only had a small number of characters, other ones had a lot, and this is the one that has a lot. There are a few named characters, so you'll get to know those people pretty quickly. And then there's a chorus of old women, a chorus of old men, and then leaders of those choruses, and then a bunch of individual old women and women. So you just keep up. It's mostly about the dick jokes, frankly.
Perfect.
Okay, I think we're ready to go. And yeah, so obviously, we're doing this through StreamYard. We don't have notifications up, but thank you so much for subscriptions and follows and everything else that happens. We love all of you guys and gals and NBs and everything else. All right. And I think that'll do it. Let me just bring up my thing here. Okay. And here we go. The action of the play takes place in a street in Athens, with the citadel on the Acropolis in the back, its doors facing the audience.
If they'd called a Bacchic celebration or some festival for Pan or Coleus or Genitalis, you'd not be able to move around through all the kettle drums. But as it is, there are no women here. Ah, here's my neighbor. At least she's come. Hello, Kaliniki.
Hello, Lysistrata. What's bothering you, child? Don't look so annoyed. It doesn't suit you. Your eyes get wrinkled.
My heart's on fire, Kaliniki. I'm so angry at married women, at us, because although men say we're devious characters...
Because by God, we are.
When I call them all to meet here to discuss some serious business, they just stay in bed and don't show up.
Oh, my dear, they'll come. It's not so easy for wives to get away. We've got to fuss about our husbands, wake up the servants, calm and wash the babies, then give them food.
But there are other things they need to do, more important issues.
My dear Lysistrata, why have you asked the women to meet here? What's going on? Is it something big?
It's huge.
And hard as well?
Yes, by God, really hard.
Then why aren't we all here?
I don't mean that! If that were it, they'd all be charging here so fast. No, it's something I've been wrestling with for many sleepless nights.
If you've been working it like that, by now it must have shriveled up.
Yes, so shriveled up that the salvation of the whole of Greece is now in women's hands.
In women's hands? Then it won't be long before we're done for.
It's up to us to run the state's affairs. The Spartans would no longer be around.
If they weren't there, by God, not anymore, that would be good news.
And then if all of Boeotians were totally destroyed.
Not all of them. You'd have to save the eels.
As for Athens, I won't say anything as bad as that. You can imagine what I'd say. But now, if only the women would come here from Sparta and Boeotia, jump up with us. If we worked together, we'd save Greece.
But what sensible or splendid act could women do? We sit around playing with our cosmetics, wearing golden clothes, posing in Cimmerian silks and slippers.
And those are the very things which I assume will save us. Short dresses, perfumes, slippers, makeup, clothing men can see through.
How is that going to work?
No man living will lift his spear against another man.
By the two goddesses, I must take my dress and dye it yellow.
Or pick up a shield.
I'll have to wear my very best silk dress.
Or pull out his sword.
I need to get some shoes.
Oh, these women, they should be here by now.
Yes, by God, they should have sprouted wings and come here hours ago.
They're true Athenians, you'll see. Everything they should be doing, they postpone till later. But no one's come from Salamis or the towns on the coast.
I know, those women. They were up early on their boats riding the mizzenmast.
I'd have bet those women from Acarnania would come and get here fast, but they've not shown up.
Well, Theogenes' wife will be here. I saw her hoisting sail to come. Hey, look! There's another one. There's a group coming, and there's another one as well. Hello there! Where are they from?
Those? From Anagyris.
My God, it seems we're kicking up a stink.
Hey, Lysistrata, did we get here late? What's the matter? Why are you so quiet?
I'm not pleased with you, Myrrhine. You're late, and this is serious business.
It was dark. I had trouble tracking down my waistband. If it's such a big deal, tell these women.
No, let's wait a while the women from Sparta and Boeotia get here.
All right. That sounds like the best idea. Hey, here comes Lampito.
Lampito enters with some other Spartan women and with Ismenia, a woman from Thebes.
Hello, Lampito, my dear friend from Sparta. How beautiful you look. So sweet, such a fine complexion, and your body looks so fit, strong enough to choke a bull.
Yes, by the two gods, I could pull that off. I do exercise and work out to keep my butt well-toned.
What an amazing pair of breasts you've got.
Oh, you stroke me like I'm a sacrifice.
Sorry. Oh, and this young woman, where's she from?
By the twin gods, she's an ambassador. She's from Boeotia.
Of course, from Boeotia. She's got a beautiful lowland region.
Yes, and by God, she keeps that territory elegantly groomed.
Who's the other girl?
Oh, noble girl, by the two gods, from Corinth.
A really noble girl by Zeus? It's clear she's got good lines right here, back here as well.
All right, who's the one who called the meeting and brought this bunch of women here?
I did.
Well, then lay it out. What is it you want from us?
Come on, dear lady, tell us what's going on. What's so important to you?
In a minute. Before I say it, I'm going to ask you one small question.
Ask whatever you want.
Don't you miss the fathers of your children when they go off to war? I understand you all have husbands far away from home.
My dear, it's 5 full months my man's been gone, off in Thrace, taking care of Eucrates.
And mine's been stuck in Pylos 7 whole months.
And mine, as soon as he gets home from war, he grabs his shield and buggers off again.
As for old flames and lovers, there are none left. And since Milesians went against us, I've not seen a decent 8-inch dildo. Yes, it's just leather, but it helps us out. So, would you be willing, if I found a way, to work with me to make this fighting end?
By the twin goddesses, yes. Even if just one day I had to pawn this dress and drain my purse.
Me too. They could slice me up like a flat fish, then use one half of me to get a piece.
Oh, I'd climb up to the top of Tegetus to get a glimpse of peace.
All right, I'll tell you. No need to keep quiet about my plan. Now, ladies, if we want to force the men to have peace, well then, we must give up...
Give up what? Tell us.
Then will you do it?
Of course we'll do it, even if we have to die.
All right, then. We have to give up all male penises.
Oh.
Why do you turn away? Where are you going? How come you bite your lips and shake your heads? Why so pale? How come you're crying like that? Will you do it or not? What will it be?
I won't do it. So let the war drag on.
I won't either. The war can keep on going.
How can you say that, you flat fish? Just now you said you'd slice yourself into halves.
Ask what you like, but not that. If I had to, I'd be willing to walk through fire. Sooner that than give up screwing. There's nothing like it, dear Lysistrata.
And what about you?
I'd choose to fire too.
What a debased race we women are. It's no wonder men write tragedies about us. We're good for nothing but screwing Poseidon in the bathtub. But my Spartan friend, if you were willing, just you and me, we still could pull it off, so help me out.
By the twin gods, it's hard for a woman to sleep all by themselves without a throbbing cock, but we must try. We've got to have peace.
Oh, you're a true friend, the only real woman in this bunch.
If we really do give up what you say, I hope it never happens, would doing that make peace more likely?
By the two goddesses, yes, much more likely. If we sit around at home with all our makeup on in those gowns made of amorgus silk, naked underneath with our crotches neatly plucked, our husbands will get hard and want to screw. But then, if we stay away and won't come near them, they'll make peace soon enough. I'm sure of it.
Yes, just like they say, when Menelaus saw Helen's naked tits, he dropped his sword.
But my friend, what if our men ignore us?
Well then, in the words of Pherocrates, you'll find another way to skin the dog.
But fake penises aren't any use at all. What if they grab us and haul us by force into the bedroom?
Just grab the doorpost.
And if they beat us?
Then you must submit, but do it grudgingly. Don't cooperate. There's no enjoyment for them if they just force it in. Besides, there are other ways to make them suffer. They'll soon surrender. No husband ever had a happy life if he did not get on well with his wife.
Well, if you two think it's good, we do too.
I'm sure we can persuade our men to work for just peace and everything, no tricks. But how'll you convince the Athenian mob? They're mad for war.
That's not your worry. We'll win them over.
I don't think so. Not while they have Tremius under sail and that huge treasure stashed away where your goddesses make her home.
But that's all being taken care of. We'll capture the Acropolis. The old women have been assigned the task. While we sit here planning all the details, they'll pretend they're going there to sacrifice and seize the place.
Well, you've got it all worked out. What you say sounds good.
All right, Lampito, let's swear an oath as quickly as we can. That way we'll be united.
Recite the oath, and then we'll all swear to it.
That's a good advice. Where's the girl from Scythia?
The Scythian slave steps forward. She's holding a small shield.
Why stare like that? Put down your shield, the hollow part on top. Now, someone get me a victim's innards.
Lysistrata, what sort of oath is this we're going to swear?
What sort of oath? One on a shield, just like they did back then in Aeschylus's play, with slaughtered sheep.
You can't, Lysistrata, not on a shield. You can't swear an oath for peace on that.
What should the oath be on, then?
Let's get a stallion, a white one, and then offer up its guts.
Why a white horse?
Then how will we make our oath?
I'll tell you, by God, if you want to hear. Put a large, dark brown bowl down on the ground, then sacrifice a jug of Thasian wine, and swear we'll never pour in water.
Well, now if you ask me, that's a super oath.
Someone get the bowl and a jug of wine.
The Scythian girl goes back in the house and returns with a bowl and jug of wine. Kaloniki takes the bowl. Look, dear ladies, at this splendid bowl. Just touching this gives instant pleasure.
Put it down. Now join me and place your hands on our sacrificial victim.
The women gather around the bowl and lay their hands on the wine jug. Lysistrata starts the ritual prayer.
O you, goddess of persuasion and the bull which we so love, accept this sacrifice, a women's offering, and be kind to us.
Lysistrata opens the wine jug and lets the wine pour out into the bowl. Ah, such healthy blood spurts out so beautifully.
By Castor, that's a mighty pleasant smell.
Ladies, let me be the first to swear the oath.
No, by Aphrodite, no. Not unless your lot is drawn.
Grab the brim, Lampito, you and all the others. Someone repeat for all the rest of you the words I say. That way you'll pledge your firm allegiance. No man, no husband, and no lover.
No man, no husband, and no lover
will get near me with a stiff prick. Come on, say it.
will get near me with a stiff prick. Oh, Lysistrata, my knees are getting weak.
At home, I'll live completely without sex.
At home, I'll live completely without sex.
Wearing saffron silks with lots of makeup.
Wearing saffron silks with lots of makeup.
To make my man as horny as I can.
To make my man as horny as I can.
If against my will he takes me by force.
If against my will he takes me by force.
I'll be a lousy lay and not move a limb.
I will be a lousy lay and not move a limb.
I'll not raise my slippers up towards the roof.
I'll not raise my slippers up toward the roof.
Nor crouch down like a lioness on all fours.
Nor crouch down like a lioness on all fours.
If I do all this, then I may drink this wine.
If I do all this, then I may drink the wine.
If I fail, may this glass fill with water.
If I fail, may this glass fill with water. Blech.
Do all you women swear this oath?
We
We do.
All right, I'll make the offering.
Lysistrata drinks some of the wine in the bowl. Just your share, my dear, so we all stay firm friends. A sound of shouting is heard from offstage.
What's that noise?
It's what I said just now. The women have already captured the Acropolis. So, Lampito, you return to Sparta. Do good work among your people there. Leave these women here as hostages. We'll go in the citadel with the others and help them as they barricade the doors.
Don't you think the men will band together and march against us, and quickly too?
I'm not so worried about them. They'll come carrying their torches and making threats, but they'll not pry these gates of ours apart, not unless they agree to our demands.
Yes, by Aphrodite, that's right. If not, we'll be labeled weak and gutless women. The women enter the citadel. The chorus of old men enters slowly, for they are quite decrepit. They are carrying wood for a fire, glowing coals to start the blaze, and torches to light.
Keep moving, Traces. Pick up the pace, even if your shoulder's tired lugging all this heavy, fresh-cut olive wood.
Alas, so many unexpected things take place in a long life. Oh, Strymodorus, who'd ever think they'd hear such news about our women? The ones we fed in our own homes are truly bad. The sacred statue is in their hands. They've seized my own Acropolis and blocked the doors with bolts and bars.
Come on, Philgris. Let's hurry there as fast as we go up to the city. We'll set those logs down in a circle, stack them up so we can keep them bottled up. Those women who've combined to do this, then with our own hands we'll set alight a single fire. And, as we all agreed in the vote we took, we'll burn them all, beginning first with Lycan's wife.
They won't be making fun of me, by Demeter, not while I'm still alive. That man, Cleomenes, who was the first to take our citadel, went back unharmed. Snorting Spartan pride, he went away once he'd handed me his weapons, wearing a really tiny little cloak, hungry, filthy with his hairy face. He'd gone 6 years without a bath. That's how fiercely I hemmed him in. Our men's in ranks of 17, we even slept before the gates. So with these foes of all the gods and of Euripides as well, will I not check their insolence? If I do not, then let my trophies all disappear from Marathon. The rest of the journey I have to make is all uphill to the Acropolis. We must move fast, but how do we haul this wood up here without a donkey? This pair of logs makes my shoulders sore, but still, we've got to soldier on, giving our fine air to breathe. It may go out when I'm not looking, just as I reach my journey's end. They blow on the coals to keep them alight. The smoke comes blowing up in their faces. The old men fall back, coughing and rubbing their eyes. Oh, the smoke! Lord Hercules, how savagely it jumped out from the pot right in my face and bit my eyes like a raving bitch! It worked just like a Lemnian fire, or else it wouldn't use its teeth to feed on the fluids in my eyes. We need to hurry to the citadel and save the goddess. If not now, O lackeys, when should we help her out? The men blow on the coals and are again overpowered by the smoke. Ah, damn and blast the smoke!
Thanks to the gods, the fire's up again. A lively flame. So what if, first of all, we placed our firewood right down here, then put a vine branch in the pot, set it alight, and charge the door like a battering ram? We'll order the women to remove the bars, and if they refuse, we'll burn down the doors. We'll overpower them with the smoke. All right, put down your loads.
The men set down their logs. Once again, the smoke is too much for them.
This bloody smoke! Is there any general here from Samos who will help us with this wood? That's better. Oh, they're not shrinking my spine anymore. All right, Pot, it's now your job to arouse a fire from those coals. So first of all, I'll have a lighted torch and lead the charge. Oh, Lady Victory, stand with us here so we can set our trophy up in there, defeat those women in our citadel, put down this present insolence of theirs.
The old men stack their logs in a pile and start lighting their torches on the coals. The chorus of old women enters. They are carrying pitchers of water.
Ladies, I think I see some flames and smoke, as if a fire was burning. We'd better hurry.
We have to fly, Nicodus. Fly before Critelia is burned up, and Callus too, by nasty ones, and old men keen to wipe them out. But I'm afraid I'll be too late to help them out. I've only just filled up my pitcher in the dark. It was not easy at the well. The place was jammed and noisy too, with clattering pots, pushy servants, and tattooed slaves. But I was keen to carry water to these fires to help my country's women. I've heard some dim and dull old men are creeping here and carrying logs, a great big load, to our fortress, as if to warm our public baths. They're muttering the most awful things, how with their fire they need to turn these hateful women into ash. But goddess, may I never see them burned like that, but witness how that they rescued cities all of Greece from war and this insanity. That's why golden-crested goddess, who guards our city, these women now have occupied your shrine. O Tritogenia, I summon you to be my ally. If any man sets them on fire, help us out as we carry this water up.
The old men have lit their torches and are about to move against the Acropolis. The old women are blocking their way.
Whoa. Hold on, ladies. What's this I see? Men. Dirty old men. Hard at work. Honest types, useful, God-fearing men. Could never do the things you do.
What's happening here? Is something we did not expect to see. A swarm of women standing here like this to guard the doors.
So we make you afraid. Does it look like there's a huge crowd of us? You're seeing just a fraction of our size. There are thousands more.
Hey there, Theridas! Shall we stop her nattering on like this? Someone hit her. Smack her with a log.
Let's put our water jugs down on the ground in case they want to lay their hands on us. Down there, they won't get in our way.
The old women set down their water jugs.
By God, someone should hit them on the jaw 2 or 3 times, and then, like Bobulus, they won't have anything much more to say.
Come on then, strike me. I'm here, waiting. No other bitch will ever grab your balls.
Shut up, or I hit you, snuff out your old age.
Try coming up and touching Stratus with your fingertips.
What if I thrashed you with my fists? Would you do something nasty?
With my teeth, I'll rip out your lungs and guts.
Euripides is such a clever poet. The man who says there's no wild animals more shameless than a woman.
Come on then, Rhodope, let's pick up our water jugs.
The old women pick up their water jugs again.
Why have you damned women even come here carrying this water?
And why are you bringing fire, you old corpse? Do you intend to set yourself on fire?
Me? To start a blaze and roast your friends?
I'm here to douse your fire.
You'll put out my fire?
Yes, I will. You'll see.
I don't know why I'm not just doing it, frying you in this flame.
Get yourself some soap. I'm giving you a bath.
You'll wash me, you old wrinkled prune?
Yes, it'll be just like your wedding night.
Listen to her. She's a nervy bitch.
I'm a free woman.
I'll make you shut up.
You don't judge these things.
Set her hair on fire.
Get to work, Achilles.
She throws her jar of water over the leader of the men's chorus. And, following the leader's example, the women throw water all over the old men.
Oh, that's bad.
Was that hot enough?
The women continue to throw water on the old men.
Hot enough. Won't you stop doing that? What are you doing?
I'm watering you to make you bloom.
I'm too old and withered. I'm shaking.
Well, you've got your fire. Warm yourselves up.
A magistrate enters with an armed escort of 4 public guards and slaves with crowbars and some attendant soldiers.
Has not our women's lewdness shown itself in how they beat their drums for Sabasias, that god of excess, or on their rooftops shed tears for Adonis? That's what I heard one time in our assembly. Demonstrates, what a stupid man is he, was arguing that we should sail to Sicily. Meanwhile, his wife was dancing around and screaming out, "Alas, Adonis," while Demonstrates talks, saying we should levy soldiers from Zacynthus. The women was on the rooftop getting drunk and yelling out, "Weep for Adonis, weep." But he kept on forcing his opinion through, that mad, brutal ox whom the gods despise. That's just the kind of loose, degenerate stuff that comes from these women.
Oh, wait until I tell you the insolent things these women did to us, all right? All their abuse, they dumped their water jugs on us, so now we have to dry our clothes. We look as if we've pissed ourselves.
By Poseidon, god of all the salt seas, it serves you right. We men ourselves share in the blame for this. We teach our wives their free and easy life, and so intrigues come flowering out from them. Hear what we tell some working artisan, "Oh, goldsmith, about that necklace I bought here. Last night my wife was dancing, and the bolt slipped from its hole. I had to take a boat to Salamis. I've got to get... if you've got time tonight, you could visit her with that tool of yours and fix the bolt it fixed the way the bolt sits in her hole." Another man goes to the shoemaker, a strapping lad with an enormous prick, and says, "Oh, shoemaker, a sandal strap is pinching my wife's tender little toe. Could you come at noon and rub her strap? Stretch it really wide. That's the sort of thing that leads to all this trouble. Look at me. A magistrate is in charge of finding ores, and thus in need of money now. These women have shut the treasury doors to keep me out. But standing here is no use.
Thank you, Mad Hatter.
Bring the crowbars. I'll stop these women's insolence myself." "What are you gaping at, you idiot? And you, where are you looking at? What are you doing? Nothing, just staring around looking for a tavern? Take these crowbars to the doors and then pry them open. Come, I'll work to force them with you."
No need to use those crowbars. I'm coming out. And of my own free will. Why these crowbars? This calls for brains and common sense, not force.
Is that so, you slut? Where's that officer? Seize that woman! Tie her hands!
By Artemis, he may be a public servant, but if he lays a finger on me, he'll be sorry.
Are you scared of her? Grab her round the waist. You there, help him out and tie her up.
By Pandrosis, if you lift a hand to her, I'll beat you till you shit yourself.
Oh my God.
The armed guard is so terrified, he shits.
Oh, look at this mess you made! Where is he, that other officer? Tie this one up first, the one who's got such a dirty mouth.
By the god of light, if you touch her, you'll quickly need a cup to fix your eyes.
This officer shits his pants and runs off. The magistrate turns to a 4th officer.
Who's this here? Yeah, arrest her! I'll put a stop to all these women in this demonstration right.
By bold bashing Artemis, if you move to touch her, I'll rip out all your hair until you yelp in pain.
The fourth officer shits himself and runs off in terror.
This is getting bad. There's no officers left. We can't let ourselves be beaten back by women. Come on then, you Scythians, form up your ranks and charge. Guard them!
By the 2 goddesses, you'll see we've got 4 companies of women inside, all fighting fit and fully armed.
Come on, Scythians! Twist their arms behind them!
Come out here from where you are in there, all you female allies, on the double. You market women who sell grains and eggs, garlic and vegetables, and those who run our bakeries and taverns. To the attack!
Many women emerge from the Acropolis, armed in various ways.
Hit them! Stomp on them! Scratch their eyeballs! Cover them with your abuse! Don't hold back!
A general tumult occurs in which the women beat back the Scythian guards.
That's enough. Back off. Don't strip the armor from those you have defeated.
The armed women return into the Acropolis.
Disaster! My guards have acted quite disgracefully.
What did you expect? Do you really think you were facing a bunch of female slaves? Or is it your belief that mere women have no spirit in them?
Spirit? By Apollo, yes. If they're near any man who's got some wine.
In this land, you're a magistrate, but here your words are useless. Why even try to have a conversation with these bitches? Don't you know they've just given us a bath in our own cloaks, and they did not use soap?
Listen, friend, you should never raise your hand against your neighbor. If you do, then I will have to punch you in the eye. I prefer to sit quietly at home like a young girl and not come here to injure anyone or agitate the nest unless someone disturbs the hive and makes me angry.
Oh, Zeus! However will we find a way to deal with these wild beasts? What's going on is no longer something we can bear, but we must question them and find out why they are so angry with us, why they wish to seize the citadel of Cranaos, the holy ground where people do not go, on the great rock of Acropolis.
So ask her. Don't let them win you over. Challenge everything they say. If we left this matter without seeking out the cause, that would be disgraceful.
I don't want... Okay, well, then, my God. First of all, I'd like to know the reason why you plan to use these barriers here to barricade our citadel.
To get your money, so you couldn't keep on paying for the war?
Is it money that's the cause of war?
Yes, and all the rest of the corruption Pisander and our leading politicians need a chance to steal. That's the reason they're always stirring up disturbances. Well, let the ones who wish to do this do what they want, but from this moment on, they'll get no more money.
What? Rabble, 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 rabble.
What will you do?
You ask me that? We'll control it.
You mean you are going to manage all the money?
You consider that so strange. Isn't it true we take care of all the household money?
Well, yeah, but that's not the same.
Why not?
We need the cash to carry on the war.
Yeah, that's right. Yeah, that's right.
First of all, there should be no fighting.
Rabble, 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 rabble.
But without more, how will we save ourselves?
We'll do that.
You?
That's right. Us.
Oh, this is outrageous.
We'll save you even if that goes against your wishes.
What you're saying? It's madness.
You're angry, but nonetheless, we have to do it.
By Demeter, this is against the law.
My dear fellow, we have to rescue you.
Oh, and if I don't agree?
Then our reasons are that much more persuasive.
Is it true you're really going to deal with peace and war?
We're going to speak to that.
Then speak fast, or else you may well start to cry.
Then listen and try to keep your fists controlled.
I can't. I find it difficult to hold my temper.
It's more likely you're the one who will weep.
Shut up, you croaking, you old bag. Oh! You talk to me.
I'll do that. Up to now, through this long war, we kept silent about all those things you men were doing. We were being modest, and you did not allow us to speak up, although we were not happy. But still, we listened faithfully to you, and often inside the house we heard your wretched plans for some great deed. And if we ached inside, we'd force a smile and simply ask, "Today in the assembly, did the men propose a treaty carved in stone decreeing peace?" But our husbands said, "Is that your business? Why don't you shut up?" And I'd stay silent.
I'd not have kept my mouth shut.
You'd have been smacked if you'd not been quiet and held your tongue.
So there I am at home saying nothing. Then you'd tell us of another project, even stupider than before. We'd say, "How can you carry out a scheme like that? It's foolish." Immediately, he'd frown and say to me, "If you don't spin your thread, you'll get a major beating on your head. War is men's concern."
Yes, my God, that man spoke truth.
You idiot. Is that sensible not to take advice when what you're proposing is so silly? Then we heard you speaking in the streets, asking openly, "Are there any men still left here in our land?" And someone said, "By God, there's no one." Well then, after that, it seemed to us we had to rescue Greece by bringing wives into a single group with one shared aim. Why should we delay? If you'd like to hear us give some good advice, then start to listen. Keep your mouths quite shut the way we did. We'll save you from yourselves.
You'll save us. So what you're saying? That's madness. I'm not going to put up with it.
Shut up!
Lysistrata, should I shut up? Should I shut up for you, you witch? Someone with a scarf around her head? I'd sooner die.
If this scarf of mine really bothers you, take it and wrap it round your own head. Here. Now keep quiet.
And take this basket too.
Now put on a waistband, comb out wool, and chew some beans. This business of war we women will take care of.
Come on, women, get up and leave those jars. It's our turn now to join together with our friends.
With dancing, I'll never tire. Weariness won't grip my knees or wear me out. In everything, I'll strive to match the excellence of these women here. In nature, wisdom, boldness, charm, and prudent virtue in the way they love their country.
You grandchildren of the bravest women, sprung from fruitful, stinging nettles, let your passion drive you forward, and do not hesitate, for now you've got the winds of fortune at your back.
O Aphrodite, born of Cyprus, and you, sweet, passionate Eros, breathe sexual longing on our breasts and thighs, and fill our men with torturous desire, and make their pricks erect. If so, I think we'll win ourselves a name among the Greeks as those who brought an end to warfare.
What will you do?
For a start, we'll stop you men hanging around the marketplace armed with spears and acting up like fools.
Yes, that's right, by Fyffe and Aphrodite.
Right now in the market, they stroll around among the pots and vegetables, fully armed like Corybantes.
Oh, yes, that's right. That's what brave men should do.
It looks so silly, going off to purchase tiny little birds while carrying a Gorgon shield.
By God, I myself saw a cavalry commander. He had long hair and he was on horseback, pouring out some pudding he'd just bought from an old woman into his helmet. Another Thracian was waving his spear and his shield as well, just like Tereus, and terrifying the woman selling figs while gobbling down the ripest ones she had.
And how will you find the power to stop so many violent disturbances throughout our states and then resolve them?
Very easily.
But how? Explain that.
It's like a bunch of yarn. When it's tangled, we take it and pass it through the spindle back and forth. That's how we'll end the war, if people let us try by sending out ambassadors here and there, back and forth.
You're an idiot. Do you really think you can end such fearful acts with spindles, spools, and wool?
If you had any common sense, you'd deal with everything the way we do when we handle yarn.
What the fuck? What does that mean? Tell me.
First of all, just as we wash wool in a rinsing tub to remove the dirt, you have to lay the city on a bed, beat out the rascals, and then drive away the thorns and break apart the groups of men who join up together in their factions seeking public office. Pluck out their heads. Then, into a common basket of goodwill, comb out the wool, the entire compound mix, including foreigners, guests, and allies, anyone useful to the public good. Bundle them together. As for the cities, which are colonies of this land, by God, you must see, as far as we're concerned, each is a separate skein. From all of them, take a piece of wool and bring it here. Roll them together into a single thread. Then you'll have made one mighty ball of wool from which the public must then weave its clothes.
Listen, some women beat wool and roll it into balls. Isn't that wonderful? That doesn't mean they bear any part of what goes on in war.
You damned fool, of course it does. We endure more than twice as much as you. First of all, we bear children and then send them off to serve as soldiers.
All right. Okay, be quiet. Don't remind me of all that. Okay.
And then, when we should be having a good time enjoying our youth, we have to sleep alone because our men are in the army. Setting us aside, it distresses me that young unmarried girls are growing old alone in their homes.
Don't men get old?
By God, that's not the same at all. For men, even old ones with white hair can come back and quickly marry some young girl. For women, time soon runs out. If they don't seize their chance, no one wants to marry them. They sit there waiting for an oracle.
Listen, but an old man who can still get his prick erect?
Oh, why not learn your lesson and just die? It's time. Buy a funeral urn. I'll prepare the dough for honey cakes. Take this wreath.
Lysistrata throws some water over the magistrate. This one too! It's from me! Old woman A throws more water on the magistrate.
Here, take this garland.
Old woman B throws more water on the magistrate.
Well now, what do you need? What are you waiting for? Step aboard the boat. Charon's calling you. You're preventing him from casting off.
I don't have to put up with these insults. I'll go to the other magistrates, by God, and show myself exactly what I am.
The magistrate exits with his attending slaves.
Are you blaming us for not laying you out for burial? Well, then on the third day, we'll come and offer up a sacrifice on your behalf, first thing in the morning.
Lysistrata and the old women with her return inside the Acropolis.
You men, no more sleeping on the job for anyone born free. Let's strip ourselves for action on this issue. Seems to me this business stinks. It's large and getting larger.
The old men strip down, taking almost all their clothes off. And
Take it all off.
And I especially smelled some gas, the tyrant rule of Hippias. I have a great fear that Spartan men, collected here with Cleisthenes, have with their trickery stirred up these women, whom the gods all hate, to seize the treasury and our pay, the funds I need to live my way. It's terrible these women here are thinking about politics and prattling on about bronze spears. They're women! And making peace on our behalf with Spartan types, whom I don't trust, not any more than gaping wolves. In this affair, those men are weaving plots for us so they can bring back tyranny. But me, I won't give any ground, not to a tyrant. I'll stand guard from now on, carrying a sword inside my myrtle bough. I'll march with weapons on the marketplace, with Aristogaton at my side. I'll stand with him! And now it's time I struck those hostile to God's law and hit that old hag right on the jaw. The old men move to threaten the old women with their fists.
When you get back home, your own mother won't know who you are. Come on, old ladies. You friends of mine, let's first set our burdens on the ground.
That one's you. I think you're the women's chorus.
I thought Andy's leader of the women's chorus.
He's also the women's chorus.
Oh.
Am I?
Yeah. Wait, no, because I'm chorus of old women and the chorus. I'm not women's chorus.
Oh, yeah, it's the same thing. They just left it off here.
Oh, yeah.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, it's you.
What's the number again? I scrolled down.
770.
770. Thank you. Okay. All you fellow citizens, we'll start to give the city good advice, and rightly, since it raised us splendidly, so we lived very well. At 7 years old, I carried sacred vessels, and at 10 I pounded barley for Athena's shrine. Later, as bear, I shed my yellow dress for the rites of Brunonian Barorian Artemis, and once I was a lovely, full-grown girl, I wore strings of figs around my neck, and was one of those who carried baskets. So I am indebted to the city. Why not pay it back with good advice? I was born a woman, but don't hold that against me if I introduce a plan to make our present situation better. For I make contributions to the state. I give birth to men. You miserable old farts, you contribute nothing. That pile of cash, which we collected from the Persian Wars, you squandered. You don't pay any taxes. What's more, the way you act so stupidly endangers all of us. What do you say? Don't get me riled up. I'll take this filthy shoe and smack you right on the jaw. The chancla.
Is this not getting way too insolent? I think it's better if we paid them back. We have to fight this out. So anyone who's got balls enough to be a man, take off your clothes so we can smell the way we should, like men. We should strip. It's not right to keep ourselves wrapped up. We're the ones who've got white feet. We marched to Lepsidrion years ago. Now let's stand erect again, aroused in our whole bodies. Shake off our old age.
I don't like that we made Jerry the leader. He's got ideas. I don't like his ideas.
The old men take off their remaining clothes, hold up their shriveled phalluses, and with their shriveled phalluses threaten the women. If one of us gives them the slightest chance, there's nothing these women won't continue trying to work on. Building fighting ships, attacking us at sea like Artemisia. And if they switch to horses, I draw the line. For women are best at riding bareback. Their shapely asses do a lovely job. They don't slip off when grinding at a gallop. Just look how Mycon painted Amazons fighting men on horseback, hand to hand. So we must take a piece of wood with holes and fit a yoke on them around their necks.
By the two goddesses, if you get me roused, I'll let my wild soul's passion loose and make you yell to all the people here today how I'm removing all your hair.
You ladies, let's not delay. Let's take off all of our clothes so we can smell a woman's passion when we're in a ferocious mood.
The old women take off their clothes.
Now let any man step out against me. He won't be eating garlic anymore. And no black beans. Just say something nasty. I'm so boiling mad, I'll treat you the same way the beetle did the eagle. Smash your eggs.
Not that I give a damn for you. Not while I have Lampito here, Isomenia too, my young Theban friend. You have no power, not even with 7 times as many votes. You're such a miserable old man. Even those who are your neighbors find you hateful. Just yesterday, for the feast of Hecate, I planned a party, so I asked my neighbors in Boeotia for one of their companions, a lovely girl. She was for my children, a splendid pot of eels. But they replied they couldn't send it because you'd passed another one of your decrees. It doesn't seem you'll stop voting in these laws, not before someone takes your leg, carries you off, and throws you out.
Lysistrata comes out from the Acropolis looking very worried and angry. The leader of the women's chorus addresses her.
Here's our glorious leader, who does the planning for this enterprise. Why have you come here outside the building and with such a sad expression on your face?
It's the way these women act so badly together with their female hearts that makes me lose my courage and walk in circles.
What are you saying? What do you mean?
It's true. It's so true.
What's wrong? You can tell us. We're friends of yours.
I'm ashamed to say, but it's hard to keep quiet.
Don't hide from me. Bad news affecting all of us.
All right, I'll keep it short. We all want to get laid.
Oh, Zeus.
What's the point of calling Zeus? There's nothing he can do about this mess. I can't keep these women from their men, not any longer. They're all running off. First, I caught one slipping through a hole behind the cave of Pan, then another tying it with a rope and pulley, a third deserting on her own, and yesterday there was a woman on a giant bird intending to fly down to that place run by Orsilicus. I grabbed her hair. They're all inventing reasons to go home.
A woman comes out of the citadel trying to sneak off.
Here's one of them on her way right now. Where do you think you're going?
Oh, me? I want to get back home inside the house. I've got bolts of Milesian cloth and worms are eating them. So I just...
What worms? Get back in there.
I'll come back right away. By God, I just need to spread them out on the bed.
Spread them. You won't be doing that. You're not leaving.
My wool just goes to waste.
If that's what it takes.
Woman A trudges back into the Acropolis. Woman B emerges.
Oh, I'm such a fool. I've left my wretched flax back in my house unstripped.
Another one leaving here to go and strip her flax. Get back inside!
By the goddess of light, I'll be right back. After once I've rubbed its skin.
You'll not rub anything. If you start that, some other woman will want to do the same.
Woman B returns dejected into the citadel. Woman C emerges from the citadel, looking very pregnant.
Sacred Lithia, goddess of birth, hold back my labor pains till I can find a place where I'm permitted to give birth.
What are you moaning about?
It's my time. I'm going to have a child.
Like yesterday, you weren't even pregnant.
Well, today I am. Send me home, Mrs. Sparta. Quickly, I need a midwife.
What are you saying? What's this you've got here? Feels quite rigid.
A little boy.
No, by Aphrodite, I don't think so. It looks like you've got some hollow metal here. I'll have a look. You silly creature, you've got a helmet there. Athena's sacred helmet. Didn't you say you were pregnant?
Yes, and by God I am.
Then why have you got this helmet?
Well, in case I went into labour in the citadel, I'll give birth right in the helmet. Laying in there like a nesting pigeon, I did.
What are you talking about? You're just making an excuse that's so obvious. You'll stay here at least 5 days until your new child's birth is purified.
I can't get any sleep in the Acropolis, not since I saw the snake and guards the place.
More women start sneaking out of the citadel.
Nor can I. I'm dying from lack of sleep. Those wretched owls keep hooting all the time.
Come on, ladies, stop all the excuses. All right, you miss your men. But don't you see? They miss you too. I'm sure the nights they spend don't bring them any pleasure, but please, dear friends, hold on. Persevere a little longer. An oracle has said we will prevail if we stand together. That's what it said.
Tell us what is prophesied.
Then keep quiet.
Prophesied.
When the sparrows, as they fly away escaping from the hoopoe birds, shall stay together in one place and shall say nay to sexual encounters, then a bad day will be rare. High thundering Zeus will say, what once was underneath, on top I'll lay.
Women are going to lie on top of men.
But if the sparrows fight and fly away out of the holy shrine, people will say no bird is more promiscuous than they.
The oracle's clear enough, by God.
All you heavenly gods, we can stop talking of being in such distress. Let us go back in. For my dearest friends, it will be a shame if we don't live up to this prophecy.
Lysistrata and the women go back into the citadel, leaving the two choruses. I'd like to tell you a tale which I heard once when I was young, about Melanion, a lad who fled from marriage and then came into the wilds, and so he lived up in the hills. He wove some nets and hunted hares. He had a dog. Not once did he return back home. He hated women. They made him sick. And we are no less wise than he.
Let's kiss, old bag. Give it a try.
You won't need onions to make you cry.
I'll lift my leg, give you a kick.
Down there, your pubic hair is too thick.
Myriad's had a hairy dick and beat foes with his big black bum. That Femonia was another one.
To you, I'd like to tell a tale to answer your Melanion. There was a man called Timon once, a vagabond, the Fury's child. Wild thistles covered his whole face. He wandered off, filled up with spite, and always cursing evil types. But though he always hated men, those of you who are such rogues, women he always really loved.
You'd like a punch right on the chin?
Not given the state of fear I'm in.
What if I kicked you with my toe?
We'd see your pussy down below.
And then you'd see, although I'm old, it's not all matted hair down there, but singed by lamp and plucked with flare.
Lysistrata appears on a balcony of the citadel, looking off in the distance. Other women come out after her.
Hey, you women! Over here to me! Come quick!
What's going on? Why are you shouting?
A man! I see a man approaching mad with love, seized with desire for Aphrodite's rights. O holy queen of Cyprus, Cythera, and Paphos, keep moving down the road, the straight path you've been traveling on.
Where is he? Whoever he is?
Over there, right beside the shrine of Chloe.
Oh, yes, there he is, by God. Who is he?
Have a look. Do any of you know him?
Oh, God, I do. It's my husband, Cinesias.
All right. Your job is to torment him, be a tease, make him hot, offer to have sex with him, and then refuse. Try everything you can, except the things you swore onto this cup.
Don't you worry. I'll do that.
All right, then. I'll stay here to help you play with him. We'll warm him up together. You others go inside.
The women go inside, including Myrrhine. Cinesias enters with a very large erection. An attendant comes with him carrying a young baby.
I'm in a dreadful way. It's all this throbbing and the strain. I feel as if I'm stretched out on the rack.
Who's there, standing inside our line of sentinels?
It's me.
A man?
Yes, take a look at this.
In that case, leave. Go on your way.
Who are you to tell me to get out?
The daytime watch.
Then, by the gods, call Myrrhine for me.
You tell me to summon Myrrhine for you. Who are you?
Cinesias, her husband. From Peonidae?
Welcome, dear friend. Your name is not unknown to us. Your wife always has you on her lips. Anytime she licks an apple or an egg, she says, "Ah, me. If only this could be Cinesias."
Oh my god.
Yes, by Aphrodite, yes, when our talk happens to deal with men, your wife speaks up immediately. Oh, they're all useless sorts compared to my Cinesias.
Please call her out.
Why should I do that? What will you give me?
Whatever you want, by God. I have this. I'll give you what I've got.
No thanks. I think I'll tell her to come out to you.
Lysistrata leaves to fetch Myrrhine.
Hurry up, I've had no pleasure in my life since she's been gone from home. I go out, but I'm in pain. To me, everything now seems empty. There's no joy in eating food. I'm just so horny.
Lysistrata appears, dragging Myrrhine with her. Myrrhine is pretending to be reluctant.
I love him. I do. But he's unwilling to make love to me, to love me back. Don't make me go to him.
Oh, my dearest little Myrrhine, what are you doing? Come down here.
I'm not going there, by God.
If I ask you, won't you come down, Myrrhine?
You've got no reason to be calling me. You don't want me.
You don't think I want you? I'm absolutely dying for you.
I'm leaving.
Hold on. You might want to hear our child. Can you call something out for your mama?
Mummy, mummy, mummy.
What's wrong with you? Don't you feel bad for the boy? It's now 6 days since he's been washed or had some food.
Yes, I pity him, but it's clear his father doesn't.
My lovely wife, come down here to the child.
Being a mother is so demanding. I better go down. What I put up with.
Myrrhine starts coming down from the Acropolis, accentuating the movement of her hips as she goes.
She seems to me to be much younger, easier on the eyes. She was acting like a shrew and haughty, but that just roused my passion even more.
My dear, sweet little boy. But your father, such rotten one. Come here, I'll hold you. Mummy's little favorite.
Dim-witted girl, what are you doing letting yourself be led on by these other women, causing me grief and injuring yourself?
Don't lay a hand on me!
Inside our home, things are a mess. You stopped doing anything.
Daddy, I hate him.
I don't care.
You don't care your weaving is being picked apart by hens?
So what?
You haven't honored holy Aphrodite by having sex, not for a long time now. So why don't you come back?
No, by God, I won't. Unless you give me something in return. End this war.
Well, now that's something I'll do when it seems all right.
Well then, I'll leave here. When it seems all right. But now I'm under oath.
At least lie down with me a little while.
I can't. I'm not saying I wouldn't like to.
You'd like to? Then, my little Myrrhine, Lie down right here.
You must be joking in front of our dear baby child.
No, my God. Maybe
Cinesias-
take the boy back home.
The attendant Manes leaves with the child, returning home.
All right, then the lad's no longer in the way. Lie down.
But you silly man, where do we do it?
Where? The Cave of Pan's an excellent place.
How will I purify myself when I return into the citadel?
You can wash yourself in the water clock. That would do the job.
What about the oath I swore? Should I become a wretched perjurer?
I'll deal with that. Don't worry about the oath.
Well, then, I'll go and get a bed for us.
No. The ground will do.
No, by Apollo, no. You may be a rascal, but on the ground? No, I won't make you lie down there.
Myrrhine goes back into the Acropolis to fetch a bed.
My wife, she really loves me. That's so obvious.
Myrrhine reappears carrying a small bed.
Here we are. Get on there while I undress. Oh dear, I forgot to bring the mattress.
Why a mattress? I don't need that.
You can't lie on the bed cord. No, by Artemis. That would be a disgrace.
Give me a kiss right now.
There you go.
Oh my God.
Myrrhine goes back into the Acropolis to fetch the mattress.
Get back here quickly. Ugh.
Myrrhine reappears with the mattress.
Okay, here's the mattress. You lie down on it. I'll get my clothes off. Oh dear me, you don't have a pillow.
I don't need a pillow.
By God, I do.
Myrrhine goes back into the Acropolis for a pillow.
Oh, this cock of mine is just like Hercules. He's being denied his supper.
Myrrhine returns with a pillow.
Lift up a bit. Come on up. There, I think that's everything.
That's all we need. Come here, my treasure.
I'm taking off the clock around my breasts. Now don't forget, don't you go lying to me about that vote for peace.
Oh my God, may I die before that happens.
Oh, there's no blanket.
I don't need one, my God. I want to get laid.
Don't worry, you will be. I'll be right back.
This woman's killing me.
Myrrhine goes back into the Acropolis to fetch a blanket.
With all this bedding.
Myrrhine returns with a blanket.
All right, get up.
And it's already up.
Do you want me to rub some scent on you?
No, by Apollo, not for me.
I'll do it, whether you want it rubbed on there or not, for Aphrodite's sake.
Myrrhine goes back to the Acropolis to get the perfume.
Great Zeus. Just pour the perfume out.
Hold your hand out now. Take that and spread it around.
By Apollo, this stuff doesn't smell so sweet, not unless it's rubbed on thoroughly. No sexy smell.
Oh, I'm such a fool. I brought the Rhodian scent.
It's fine. Just let it go, my darling.
You're just saying that.
Myrrhine goes back to the Acropolis to get the right perfume.
Damn the wretch who first came up with perfume.
Grab this alabaster thing.
You grab this alabaster cock. Come lie down here, you tease. Don't go and fetch another thing for me.
By Artemis, I'll grab it. I'm taking off my shoes. Now, my darling, you'll be voting on to bring on some peace.
I'm planning to.
Myrrhine goes back to the Acropolis. Cinesias turns and sees she's gone.
This woman's killing me. She teased me, got it all inflamed, and left.
Cinesias gets up and declaims in a parody of tragic style.
Alas, why suffer such agony? Who can I screw? Why'd she betray me, the most beautiful woman of them all? Poor little cock. How can I care for you? Where's that Lopex? I'll pay him well to nurse his fellow back to health.
Oh, you poor man in such a fix. Your spirit's so tricked and in distress. I pity you. How can your kidneys stand the strain? Your balls, your loins, your bum, your brain endure an erection that's hard for you without chance of a morning screw.
Oh, mighty Zeus, it's throbbing again.
A dirty, sticking bitch did this to you.
No, my God. A loving girl, a sweet one, too.
Sweet! Not her. She's a tease. Slut!
All right. She is a tease, but oh Zeus, I wish you'd sweep her up there in a great driving storm like dust in the air, whirl around her, then fall to the ground. And as she'd carried down to earth one more time, let her fall right away on this pecker of mine.
Enter the Spartan herald. He too has a giant erection, which he is trying to hide under his cloak.
Where's the Athenian Senate and the Brytanies? I come with fresh dish patches.
Are you a man or some phallic monster?
I'm Harold by the twin gods, and my good man, I come from Sparta with a proposal, arrangements for a truce.
If that's the case, why do you have a spear concealed in there?
By God, I'm not concealing anything.
Then why are you turning to one side? What's that thing there sticking from your cloak? Has your journey made your groin inflamed?
By old Castor, this man's insane.
You rogue, you've got a heart on!
No, I don't. I tell you. Let's have one more nonsense.
Then what's that?
It's the Spartan Herald stick.
Oh, that's what it is, a Spartan Herald stick. Let's have a chat. Tell me the truth. How are things going for you out there in Sparta?
Not good. The Spartans are all standing tall, and the allies too. Everyone is firm and hard. We need to thrust in someone's rear.
This trouble of yours, where did it come from? Was it from Pan?
No, I think it was started with Lampito. Then, at her suggestion, other women's in Sparta, as if from one starting gate, ran off to keep men from their honeypots.
Oh, how are you doing?
Oh man, we're all in pain. We go around the city doubled up like men who light the lamps. The women won't let us touch their pussies, not till we make peace with all of Greece.
This matter is a female plot. A grand conspiracy affecting all of Greece. Now I understand. Return to Sparta as fast as you can go. Tell them they must send out ambassadors with full authority to deal for peace. I'll tell our leaders here to make a choice of our ambassadors. I'll show them my prick.
All you said is really good advice, man. I must fly.
Cinesias and the Spartan Herald exit in opposite directions.
There's no wild animal harder to control than women. Not even blazing fire. The panther itself displays more shame.
If you know that, then why wage war with me, you old scoundrel? We could be lasting friends.
But my hatred for women will not stop.
Whatever you want. But I don't like much to look at you like this without your clothes. It makes me realize how silly you are. Look, I'll come over and put your shirt on.
The leader of the women's chorus picks up a tunic, goes over to the leader of the men's chorus, and helps him put it on.
By God, what you've just done it's not so bad. I took it off in a fit of stupid rage.
Now at least you look like a man again. And people won't find you ridiculous. If you hadn't been so nasty to me, I'd grab that insect stuck in your eye and pull it out. It's still in there.
Oh, so that's what's been troubling me. Here's a ring. Scrape it off. Get it out and show it to me. God, that's been bothering my eye for ages.
The leader of the women's chorus takes the ring and inspects the leader of the men's chorus in the eye.
I'll do it. You men are born hard to please. My God, you picked up a monstrous insect. Have a look. That's a tricornithus bug.
By Zeus! You've been a mighty help to me. That thing's been digging wells in me for a while. Now it's been removed. My eyes are streaming. Ugh.
I'll wipe it for you, though you're a scoundrel. I'll give you a kiss.
I don't want a kiss.
I will, whether it's what you want or not.
Oh, you've got me. You're bowing to flatter us. That saying got it right. It states the case quite well. These women, one has no life with them, one cannot live without them. But now, I'll make a truce with you. I won't insult you anymore in days to come, and you won't make me suffer. So now, let's make common group and sing a song.
The men's and women's choruses combine into a combined chorus.
Your citizens were not inclined with any of you to be unkind. Just the reverse of words to you will be quite nice. They will be quite nice. We'll act well too. For some now we've had enough bad news.
So if a man or woman here.
It takes Yep. Coins fill our purses, now you see it. If we get a PC treat, you take some money from the sack and keep it. You don't pay it back. You don't pay it back.
I'm going to have a great shindig.
I've got
I've
some
got
soup
some
to
kill
kill
a
a
pig.
friends
The
of my
friends of
friends
my
from
friends
Cysteria. You'll
We
fight
fight
to
to
meet
meet
again.
Fight to meet again.
Come to
Come
my
to my
house
house
this
this
very
very
day.
day.
Force all your dirt away. You and your kids that walk
cannot
on by don't need to ask a person why.
You need to ask a person why. Just come straight. Just come straight.
Girl for at my place will shut the door right
in your face.
Right in
3
your
hour
face.
tour. 3 hour tour.
A group of Spartans enters. So this is the leader of the combined chorus says,
The leader of the combined chorus is
Janelle.
Janelle.
Oh, by the leader of
Yes. Yep.
The chorus.
Oh, the chorus, okay. Here come the Spartan ambassadors, trailing their long beards. They've got something like a pig pen between their thighs.
the Spartan ambassadors enter, moving with difficulty because of their enormous erections.
Men of Sparta, first of all, our greetings. Tell us how you are. Why have you come? Am I
Why
also
waste a
just-
lot of words to tell you? You see the state that brought us here, right?
Oh my. Look at that. This crisis has grown more severe. It seems the strain is worse than ever.
It's indescribable, man. What can I say? But let someone come give us peace in any way he can.
Well, now I see our own ambassadors. They look just like our wrestling men with their shirts sticking out around their bellies, or like athletic types who need to exercise to cure their sickness.
Where's Lysistrata? Can someone tell me? We're men here, and well, look.
The Athenians pull back their cloaks and reveal that, like the Spartans, they all have giant erections.
They're clearly suffering from the same disease. Hey, does it throb early in the morning?
By God, yes. What this is doing to me, it's torture. If we don't get a treaty soon, we'll be going to have a cornhole Cleothenes.
If you're smart, keep it covered with your cloak. One of those men who chopped off Hermes' dick might see you.
By God, that's good advice.
Yes, by the twin gods' excellent advice. I'll pull my mantle over it.
Greetings, Spartans. We're both suffering disgracefully.
Yes, dear sir. We'd have been in real pain if one of those dick clippers had seen us with our pecker sticking up like this, right, man?
All right, Spartans. We each need to talk. Why are you here?
Ambassadors for peace.
Well said. We want the same. Why don't we call Lysistrata? She's the only one who will bring a resolution to our differences.
By the two gods, bring in Lysistratus. If he's the ambassador you want.
Lysistrata emerges from the gates of the citadel.
It seems there's no need to summon her. She's heard us, and here she is in person.
Hail to the bravest woman of them all. You must now show that you're resilient, stern but yielding, with a good heart but mean, stately but down to earth. The foremost men in all of Greece, in deference to your charms, have come together here before you so you can arbitrate all their complaints.
That task should not be difficult, unless they're so aroused they screw each other. I'll quickly notice that. But where is she? The young girl, Reconciliation.
The personification of the goddess Reconciliation comes out. She's completely naked. Lysistrata addresses her first.
Come here. And first, take hold of those from Sparta. Don't grab too hard or be too rough. It's not like our men who act so boorishly. Instead, do it as a woman would do when they're at home. If they won't extend their hands to you, then grab their cocks.
Reconciliation takes two Spartans by their penises and leads them over to Lysistrata.
Now go and do the same for the Athenians. You can hold them by whatever they stick out.
Reconciliation leads the Athenians over.
Now then, you men of Sparta, stand here close to me, and you, Athenians, over here. All of you, listen to my words. I am a woman, but I have a brain, and my common sense is not so bad. I picked it up quite well from listening to my father and to speeches from our senior men. Now I've got you here. I wish to reprimand you, both of you, and rightly so. At Olympia, Delphi, and Thermopylae, I could mention many other places if I had to a mind to make it a long list. Both of you use the same cup when you sprinkle altars, as if you share the same ancestral group. We've got barbarian enemies, and yet with your armed expeditions, you destroy Greek men in cities. At this point, I'll end the first part of my speech.
This erection is killing me.
And now you, Spartans, I'll turn to you. Do you remember how some time ago Pericleides came, a fellow Spartan, and sat down right here, a suppliant at these Athenian altars? He looked so pale there in his purple robes, begging for an army. Messenians then were pressing you so hard, just at the time God sent an earthquake. So Cimon sent out 4,000 armed infantry and saved the whole of Sparta. After going through that, how can you ravage the Athenians' lands, the ones who helped you out?
Lysistrata, you're right, by God. They're in the wrong.
Not true. But look at that incredibly fine ass.
Do you Athenians think I'll forget you?
I wasn't listening. I was looking at someone's butt.
Do you remember how these Spartans men, back in the days when you were dressed as slaves, came here with spears and totally destroyed those hordes from Thessaly and many friends of Hippias and those allied with him? It took them just one day to drive them out and set you free. At that point, you exchanged your slavish clothes for cloaks, which free men wear.
I have never seen a more gracious woman.
I've never seen a finer looking pussy.
If you've done many good things for each other, why go to war? Why not stop this conflict? Why not conclude a peace? What's in the way?
In the negotiations which follow, the ambassadors use the body of reconciliation as a map of Greece, pointing to various parts to make their points.
Okay, we're willing. But the part that's sticking out, we want that handed back.
Which one is that?
This one here, that's Pylos. And we must have that. We've been aching for it for a long time.
By Poseidon, you won't be having that.
My good man, you'll surrender it to them.
Then how do we make trouble? Stir up shit.
Ask for something else of equal value.
Then give us this whole area in here. First, there's Echinois, in the Melon Gulf, the hollow part behind it, and these legs which make up Megara.
By the twin gods! My good man, you can't have all that!
Let it go. Don't start fighting over a pair of legs.
I'd like to strip and start plowing naked.
My God, yes, but me first. I'll fork manure.
You can do those things once you've made peace. If these terms seem good, you'll want your allies to come here to join negotiations.
What of our allies? We've all got hard-ons. Our allies will agree this is just fine. They're all dying to get laid.
Ours as well, no doubt of that.
And the Charistians? They'll also be on board, by Zeus.
Well said. Now you must purify yourselves. We women will host a dinner for you in the Acropolis. We'll use the food we brought in our baskets. In there, you will make an oath and pledge your trust in one another. Then each of you can take his wife and go back home.
Let's go, and hurry up.
Lead on, wherever you wish.
All right, by Zeus, as fast as we can go.
Lysistrata and Reconciliation lead the Spartan and Athenian delegations into the Acropolis, and the combined chorus, who will be taken over by Cameron, continues on.
Embroidered gowns and shawls, robes and golden ornaments, everything I own, I offer you with an open heart. Take these things and let your children have them. If you're a daughter who will be a basket bearer, I tell you all, take my possessions in my home. Nothing is so securely closed you can't break open all the seals and take whatever's there inside. But if you look, you won't see much unless your eyesight's really keen, far sharper than my own. If anyone is out of corn to feed his many tiny children and household slaves, at home I've got a few fine grains of wheat. A quart of those will make some bread, a fresh, good-looking loaf. If there's a loaf, that too. If there's a man who wants some bread and is in need, let him come with his sacks and bags to where I live to get his wheat. My servants' mains will pour it out, but I should tell you not to come too near my door. There's a dog you need to stay well clear of.
Open the door! The Athenian delegate A comes staggering out of the citadel, evidently drunk. He's carrying a torch. Other delegates in the same condition come out behind him. Athenian delegate A bumps into someone by the door, probably one of a group of Spartan slaves standing around waiting for their masters to come out. Why don't you get out of my way? What are you lot sitting there? What if I burned you with this torch? That's a stale routine. I won't do that. Well, if I really must to keep you happy, I'll go through it. Athenian delegate A chases an onlooker away with his torch.
We'll be here with you to help you if you do it. Why not just leave? You may soon be screaming for that hair of yours.
Go on, piss off. So the Spartans inside there can come on out and go away in peace.
Well, I don't
The
know. I've never seen a banquet like this. The Spartans were delightful. As for us, we had too much wine. But as companions, we said lots of really clever things.
That's right. When we're sober, we lose our minds. I'll speak up and persuade Athenians that when our embassies go anywhere, they stay permanently drunk. As it is, whenever we go off sober to Sparta, right away they look to stir up trouble. So we just don't hear what they have to say and get suspicious of what they don't state. Then we bring back quite different reports all about the same events. But now these things have all been sorted out. So if someone there saying, "Tell him on," when he should have sung Clydagora, we'd applaud the man and swear even quite falsely that, "Hey, those slaves are coming here again. You whipping post, why can't you go away?"
By Zeus, the ones in there are coming out again.
The Spartan delegates come out of the citadel, the Spartan ambassadors carrying a musical instrument.
Here, my dear sir, take this wind instrument so I can dance and sing a lovely song to honor both Athenians and ourselves.
Who's the ambassador? Is it Andy?
Oh.
Spartan ambassador?
Athenian.
ambassador.
I'm Athenian. Psych. Yes, my gods, take the pipes. I love to see you Spartans dance and sing.
The music starts. The Spartan ambassador sings and dances.
Oh boy. Oh, memory to this young man. Send down your child the muse. Who knows the Spartans, Athenians, back then at Artemisium. Back then at Artemisium, they fought the shots, they just like war and overpowered the Medes. While I know, led by Leonidas, whetted our teeth like boars. Foaming mouths with stripped down our legs. The Persian force possessed more fighting men than grains of seashore sand. Oh, Artemis, queen of the wild, slayer of the beast, chase goddess.
We don't
Come here to bless our treaty, to make us long united, make our peace always be blessed with friendship and prosperity. And may we put an end to all manipulating foxes. Come here, virgin goddess of the heart.
Lysistrata emerges from the citadel, bringing all the wives with her.
Come now, since everything has turned out well, take these women back with you, you Spartans, and you, Athenians, these ones are yours. Let each man stand beside each wife, beside her man, and then to celebrate good times, let's dance in honor of the gods. And for all future time, let's never make the same mistake again.
Yeah.
The chorus now sings to the assembled group as the wives and husbands are rejoined.
Lead on the dance, bring on the graces of Artemis and her twin, Apollo the god who healed us all, called on Bacchus, nicest god, called on Bacchus, nicest god, whose eyes made for them in his Menadas ecstasy, and Zeus alight with flaming fire, and Hera, Zeus' was wife, and other gods who we will use as witness, who won't forget the meaning of the gentle peace made by her goddess Aphrodite, made by her Aphrodite. Alali, raise the cry of joy, raise it high, the cry of victory, Evo.
Spartan, now offer us another song. Match our new song with something new.
Leave lovely Tigetus once again, and Sparta's muse in some way that is appropriate for us. Pay tribute to Amy Clay's god. Pay tribute to Amy Clay's god. And to bronze house Athena and Tyndratus, splendid sons who play besides Eurotas. Step now with many a nimble turn.
Step
now with many a nimble
turn.
So may we sing a hymn to Sparta. Keychains, dancing in honor of the gods, with stamping feet in that place where by the river Eurotas young maidens dance. Where by the river Eurotas young maidens dance. Like Phillies raising dust, tossing their manes like bacchanals who play, and wave their thrice stocks, brought on by Leda's lovely child, their holy leader in the choral dance.
Choral dance.
But come, let your hands bind up your hair. Let your feet leap up like deer. Sound out the beat to help our dad sing out a song of praise for our most powerful bronze house goddess, all-conquering Athena.
Sing
out a song of praise for They all exit singing and dancing. The end.
All these dudes just dancing out with boners.
You play like a bing bong bing bing bing.
Woo.
What an
So-
adventure.
So, what did everybody think?
That was a riot.
I think
I
that
loved my
I
part.
didn't realize that Gilligan's Island was a Lysistrata spinoff, but now I
It's
know.
Old Town.
Yeah, there you go.
The professor and Marianne.
Yeah, so just a few short years later, the Athenians would suffer horrible losses and lose the war to the Spartans. And things were never the same. But
What
there
a
you go.
bummer.
Yeah,
Unfortunate.
it happened.
Too bad, you can't really just like write the history you want, Aristophanes. He tried though. He tried.
Yeah. So yeah, again, obviously, lots of references to other politicians, other events that had happened, and then just a million, stories of gods and other things.
Yeah. It is funny though, just like having no gods in the play. Like it's all just like references to because it's like it's not a historical play, but it like almost is trying to be more historical than fantastical.
Mhm.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like there's no Deus Ex Machina, there's no intervention by the gods.
Yep. So so what's everybody got this coming week? Who wants to start?
Meredith was initially supposed to do her charity stream for the unhoused population tomorrow, but they unfortunately are staying at their parents' house for another day. I mean, fortunately for them, because they love their parents. Their parents, because they're stepbrother and stepsister. But
Yes.
Brandon's parents.
Oh no.
No, so I'll be doing the subathon tomorrow. And so yeah, that's what's going on. Andy, I know is so what I'll be doing is I'll gonna finish my Secret Santa Lego gift that I got, and I'll also be reading some lore from Overwatch. And with I think.
But read it in the style of Gilligan's Island.
Yeah, Winfrey, I pop in for a little bit.
Soldier 76.
Soldier
Amazing.
76. So yeah,
Soldier 76.
I'm going to be on Monday, first wrestling stream in a minute. It's been a little minute. I have a couple new characters I want to introduce, and I'm probably going to be leading up to finding somebody to unfortunately fight Scott again. We gotta get the man, the Lord of Lords, defending his title once again.
Yeah, he's Brock Lesnaring it right now. He's been gone for 3 months.
Yeah.
Yeah, so I'm probably going to do like a rumble, condense it into elimination chamber to see who will be the next contendee.
The
for the
challenger.
title.
All right. Cool.
Yeah.
Cool.
Beautiful.
Cameron, what do you got? What do you got coming up?
Yeah, so I haven't been streaming much this week, obviously with the holidays and everything. Lot going on and stuff like that. But I'll be back to it. So starting Monday, I'm going to be starting Hades finally.
Ooh.
I'll be getting to that, and also updating everybody. I got a PC. I ordered a PC yesterday for Black Friday.
Yay.
So, but you'll still see on because it was Black Friday, so there was a deal. But you'll still see that I have the bar on there to get the PC. That's now the rest of that's going to now go towards the monitor. Turns out. PCs are pretty useless without monitors. It turns out, everybody.
PCs take a lot of
Wow,
components. It's not just like a Mac where you buy a computer in a box and you have a computer.
But so thankfully, the money that thanks to you guys in the chat, we were able to get. So I was able to get the PC. So now the rest of that will go towards the monitor. So that's why that's still going to be up there. But yeah, my goal this week is to do some Hades and probably do some Alien as well.
Ooh.
Oh, and also, by the way, if anybody missed last week, it's going to be in my VODs. I got to download it, though. I'm probably put it on my YouTube. Is the Thanksgiving RPG that we did. And we are going to do one for Christmas as well. So we're going to figure out the time for that. So stay tuned for that one.
Oh, yeah. Friday also is a Ratchet RPG, the second part of the Ratchet RPG that we did.
Got it.
What about you, Miss Jessica?
Monday we'll be doing more Dune.
How you been enjoying that?
Are you on the third book? Where are you at right now? Where are you?
We're in the middle of the third book, and we've been there for 3 months.
It's good. It's good. It's good.
Honestly, I love it.
I watched some of Dune last week, and there was more like dancing and sound effects than
having
actual
They're having a bit of a
Dune.
bacchus.
There were some other things going on.
It's a lot.
It's always a good time.
It's a lot. It is always a good time. But I love the books. So even if we're talking about anything in the books, like it's just it's cool going through this series again with Scott's brain and like his wonderment of it things, and then the chat has really fun thoughts or doesn't even care, just tunes in for us fucking off.
Did Frank Herbert only write the 3?
He wrote 5, I believe.
He wrote 5.
Or
Okay.
6.
He wrote 6. Yeah.
What was the last one? Heretics. I think it's Heretics of Dune. So I've finished all 6 only once. Chapter House.
God Emperor, Heretics, Chapter House. Yeah.
Yeah. So, and it just gets fucking wild after like a little while. And if you ask me, I don't think. We'll get on it anyway. But yeah, 5 p.m. Pacific time every single day, Monday through Friday. It's solid now, official. I think one of those days is going to be on Ripley, but most likely it's going to be on Wednesday. But yeah, Fortnite is the fucking best.
Cool.
And Cam's been in there playing some Fortnite with you too.
Yeah, we had a good time yesterday.
That's fun.
Yeah,
that's great.
I'm now at level 30 for free.
Hell yeah! All right,
Emma, what do you have coming up?
I have early access right now to Ubisoft's game that comes out on December 3rd called Immortals Phoenix Rising. So I started playing that yesterday. So I'll be streaming more of that. Monday for sure, maybe sometime tomorrow if I feel like it, but I may just play on my own a little bit tomorrow. So should be streaming on my own channel on Monday for sure. Time TBD. But the sort of like 3:00 in the afternoon has worked out really well for me. So probably going to stick to something around there. And then also I will be back with our regular schedule for Venn this week. So the download will be Wednesday, Thursday, and Friday, 4 p.m. to 5:30 p.m. Pacific time on Venn, anywhere that you want to watch it. And I think that basically covers it.
Cool.
I forgot
Jessica.
that on Monday, the Galactus event is happening. So I will be on for that. And I think it's at 1. So it might not coincide with your stream, hopefully, Emma, but I got to do it. And Cam, if you want in on it.
I don't care.
Yeah, that's usually when I stream, so I'm fine jumping in on that then.
I think we can co-stream. Yeah, we definitely could do that. I think we just got to do it. So, and you have to be there it's Tuesday. You have to be there on that time. So we'll do it.
Curzar says Galactus is Tuesday at 1.
Good to know. I keep on forgetting.
Okay. All right. And as for me, I'll be on Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday this week with Mythology on Monday, Toys on Tuesday, Warhammer on Wednesday, and then I will be off the rest of the week this week. We're doing a little family thing on the weekend, so I won't be around.
Okay.
But
sweet.
That is what's
good
going
for
on with me.
Yeah, good for family stuff. Yeah.
Yeah, we're just going away, doing a very safe, planned trip where we just go somewhere to stay and don't see anybody and just to see some different nature. Yeah, for the kids, and then come back.
Well, thank you, Scott, for doing this. This was a lot of fun. Yeah, these are always fun.
Yeah, this is so fun.
I really appreciate all the work you put into dividing all the parts and stuff to make sure everybody feels.
Yeah.
Yeah, Janelle, are you gonna go on, or what are you gonna do?
Not immediately. So if
No?
I hop on,
Okay.
not immediately. So if you want to hop on, that's fine too. I
No,
don't
I
mind.
actually gotta run and feed cats. I gotta feed cats. But
Oh yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, cool.
Well, we'll let all of you
Yeah.
go off to the woods. Make sure you are following all these fine people. Have all your notifications on so you can find them when we go online. And
yes.
Everybody.
we'll see y'all next time. Bye-bye.
Bye. Bye.